Welcome to the very first edition of BOLDTalk, which is about communication and political hot topics. Today focusing on a subject that absolutely rocks businesses all over the European Union, especially energy and energy-intensive companies, the European Green Deal.
We are here today with two of Europe's most knowledgeable experts on the European Green Deal, Kristin Karlstad from our Oslo office and John Duhig from Brussels. Thank you very much for joining us today. My first question is very simple. Will the Green Deal actually reduce Europe's CO2 emissions by the targeted 55% in 2030? Yes or no?
Well, I think it can, but it's not going to be easy, and the Commission and EU institutions need to get things right. But as an idealist, yes, it can.
It is an epic change, I have to say. And initially, when we saw the Green Deal proposals, we thought, wow, how are these going to be achieved? And 11 months on, we're seeing movement from the Commission largely on time, some delays. I think we're on track to do it. There's a long road to travel yet.
Let's talk about communication and strategy. Ursula von der Leyen presented this program as a mega deal. Was this a clever move?
I think so, because I think letting it be top of the agenda was needed to move more conservative forces in the EU, definitely. And with the crisis that came, with the corona crisis, it's been absolutely crucial that it was seen as so important. Otherwise, it would have died and gone away. So I think absolutely brilliant.
It is an extraordinary volume of material that is coming out of the EU institutions, and the breadth and depth is astonishing.
Let's take a very concrete example. The EU now wants to reform the emission trading system and at the same time wants to introduce a new carbon tax called CBAM. If I was CEO in the energy intensive industry, should I move my production out of the EU?
Well, that's not exactly how it happens. You won't have European companies actually moving out. You'll just have them shut down and someone else taking over, which is a really frightful scenario when you're thinking that the EU Green Deal is a growth package. I would definitely be worried. There is so much up in the air with the ETS and with the CBAM or carbon border adjustment mechanism. And I would do my best to mobilize to make the EU institutions understand the possible ramifications if they don't get this right.
As a bit of background, heads of state and government, as a concession to the European Parliament, in the broader discussions when they were elaborating the budget and the recovery funds, they decided that they liked the approach of CBAM, the carbon border adjustment mechanism, as a potential source of much needed revenue to contribute to the recovery. Now, that is not why a carbon border adjustment mechanism is in place. It is not intended to generate revenue.
Does this mean that energy will become more and more expensive for years to come? And who will pay for it? Is it going to be me or you or everyone?
So that depends if energy system integration and renewable energy capacity is allowed to progress at a speed that keeps up with the increased demand. If so, we might be able to not have huge increases in energy costs. Let's hope.
I think it's about changing your behavior that's going to be key. Consumer change will drive industry change, which will feed into the broader objectives of the Green Deal.
Thank you very much, Kristin and John. That's all we have time for today.
If you want to write about this, please use the hashtag BOLDTalk. Do subscribe to our channels on LinkedIn and YouTube. Keep in touch. We will be back and look forward to seeing you again in an edition of BOLDTalk very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.